Hello.
Hello, sweetie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm fine. I guess Husseina will not join us today.
Oh, okay.
I guess she will not join us today, so we will not wait for her. We will continue. Why didn't you join last time?
I had an appointment at the doctor's.
Is that something serious?
Oh, no. It's something regular.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So, tell me what you did regarding documentary and the article.
Yes, I did the documentary and article. First,
Let's start with the article first.
Okay, sure. The article was about a village in Argentina that in the 1985, that village is a lakeside village. People knew it for its saltwater baths. It had salt water. In November 1985, however, came to a sudden end. The town's lake overflowed and water surged into the town. And people certainly had to leave, and the salt water covered all the buildings by almost 10 meters. So everything was flooded with water. There's nothing to be seen. And now, 30 years after that, the water evaporated, so it became less. And it was impossible to be seen. And it started coming less by time until people can walk through the ruins, like the houses and the places was completely ruined because of the flood. And the town looked so creepy and scary. It's like an apocalypse film or something. That's it. And they described the people journey, how everyone started recovering and getting back to their old homes and, fixing the village and returning.
Okay. Why did you choose this one? Like, what drew your attention?
Well, for me, I was searching about some islands that got affected from flood and stuff, and found this article. That article especially talked about an island that was completely flooded, but it came back to life. It's more like a miracle.
Okay. And do you like reading about ghost towns?
Especially I don't, but I liked it. It seems interesting.
Okay. So it's like you like some stuff that are mystical, right? Mysterious.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. And what about the documentary?
Well, the documentary was about the methods that governments use to cool down cities, after all this global warming and the weather is becoming too hot for some people and affecting economy and all stuff. So in parts in the world, heat waves are more and more common and they affect millions of people. So what the government started doing, what they started doing is the possibility to let fresh air move between buildings. They build buildings in a certain way that allows air to move freely through those buildings. It causes, a strong air through the buildings. You can feel it if you go downtown sometimes. And so decided to design buildings in that way, in special way to help the wind move and lower the temperature. Also, they build structure to provide shade. They build buildings in a certain way that provides shade for so many people. And it's a good way to help with the high temperature. Another possibility that people they plant much trees, like a big trees in gardens and in spaces, and trees have a lot of benefits for high temperature. They provide shade, they provide more oxygen, they are good for our environment. And in the streets, they started painting the street with lighter colors like white and blue, not blue, I'm sorry, like light and other colors. These colors, light colors, they don't keep the what they call it, the sun heat. So it holds less heat from the sun. So it's more good for the high temperature weather.
It's better. It's better.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there anything you want to add about the documentary?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. What about the listening test? Have you done the listening test I sent in the group?
I'm sorry, I didn't think that the listening test we're doing this class. I thought you guys did it.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, actually we did, but I wanted to make sure. So you have it. We have the link in the group. So maybe after this lesson, or maybe during the break, you can do it and we can check it. Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right. Now I will share the screen for the vocabulary. Actually, last time we did not finish all the units related to the vocabulary. So I will tell you where we stopped, and if you want, we can have a quick revision. I'm trying to find the document actually. There are so many books, so many materials. Yes, finally. Okay. Sweetie, can you see the screen?
Oh, yes, I can.
Okay. So last time, as far as I remember, we continued till the media, I guess. Yeah, I think it was from 47.
Yeah, it's 47, Butain told me.
Yeah, so till media we did, I guess. Because I remember we talked about economy, like politics and stuff, and Husseina said she hates politics and she hates law and order and stuff. So I remember because of that. But till which part did you do?
As you did, guys, from 47 to I think 59 or 58.
Oh, okay, all right. So we can continue with media, right?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Before asking the vocab, I would like to know your ideas about media, social media, internet, and so on. So what do you think about social media? Do you think it's like everybody should have a social media account, or it's okay without as well?
Well, for some sides, I think it's necessary, especially in these days. Most of things we do online, we don't do like by yourself, like the bank management or something like that when you pay for things. But for social media, especially for entertainment, I don't think it's necessary for everyone. You can have your own entertainment in your different ways.
Yeah, but you know, like right now they have so many social media apps, for example, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I don't know, like many more, Snapchat, TikTok, and so on. Do you think like everyone should have one account in every platform, or it's okay to have just one?
Absolutely, yeah. Like I don't think it's necessary to have account on every platform. Me myself, I don't have that. Like, think 2 platforms is enough.
What are the major platforms, in your
I
opinion?
think for me, it's Instagram and Facebook. That's the most I use.
Oh, okay, but why don't you prefer the other accounts to these two?
I think TikTok for it's time wasting. If you open TikTok, like I see my siblings, they stay for hours and hours scrolling the screen, and it's nothing useful. It's seriously like useless. Some content is inappropriate, and it's not helping anyone.
Yeah. What about Facebook and Instagram?
I think Facebook helps you to control your feed better. Like if you get the news, you get to see the pages you shop from, and I get to see my, pages I'm interested to see their content. It's for information or for entertainment. It's useful. And for Instagram, it's the same. I use it for entertainment and also for following the pages for news, also for shopping.
Okay. If a person says that the person doesn't have a Facebook or Instagram account, would you consider that person an old school?
No, absolutely not.
So you mean like quite young people may also not have the social media accounts, right?
Yeah, I think it's fair. If people want to have that, it's their option.
Oh, honestly, I used to have, but like these days I don't use Facebook, Instagram, or any other app except for LinkedIn, because that helps me with the information I need. Like I can get all the information I want to get on LinkedIn, and it's quite business-like. And with
Yes,
Facebook
very
and
useful.
Instagram, I think I'm wasting time. Actually, my friends are trying to convince me to use these accounts, but these apps, I mean, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not still fully convinced. Okay. So in general, you think people can benefit from that, but if we use it much, it will be a waste of time. So we need to regulate it somehow, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Let's start with the vocabulary now. I want you to tell me the pros and cons of internet use. Here you have like pros and cons section. If you want, you can see the samples and you can see the points and use them as samples. First, let's talk about pros. And when you talk about pros, I want you to use these words given here: instant messaging or e-commerce, graphic images, and so on. And then when you talk about cons, I want you to use the words in the cons section, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right. So what are the pros of internet, in your opinion?
For me, I think it's instant messaging first because I think it's more useful and more practical. Also, browsing, you can browse for searching for information. That's very useful. And also file sharing, that's really necessary. For me, also gaming, that's something I do a lot. Graphic images makes a lot of things more easier for everyone. And also accessing amount of useful information. That's the benefit of internet. You can literally go to Google and find whatever you want to know. That's the pros of internet for me. And
Before
yeah,
we talk, is there anything you want to add about pros?
no, that's
Okay.
it.
Before we talk about cons, I want to share the list of the phrases you can use instead of and, because we use and also a lot. So
Yeah,
you want to find the image and send you the list. I will share it in the group on WhatsApp. For also, okay? Okay. All right. So I will share it in the group now. You can tell me if you see that. And when you talk about cons, try to use these phrases instead, okay?
okay.
My phone is full of everything, like a lot of documents, a lot of photos. When I search for something, it becomes impossible to find. Okay, found finally. Okay, so for example, once you can say furthermore, next time you can say additionally, plus, together with, as well as, conjointly, moreover, etc. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now let's talk about the
Okay.
cons.
Okay, for cons, I will talk about just a sec. People you've never met, get your contact detail. Okay, well, for me, I think what's really tricky about internet that people have an easy access to your contact detail, and also including that you could be easily hacked using accounts on social media, along with addictive. Sometimes you get addicted to some social media platforms like Instagram or TikTok. I don't know. And not and More than that,
Good, very good.
content on social media is really offensive to other people, and some platforms, they don't make any restricts about this offensive content. So people just report it, but the reports don't get any response.
They don't make any restriction. Okay.
Yeah,
Restrict is
restriction.
a verb. Restriction is an noun.
Besides the junk mail and spam, that's the most annoying thing in social media. You get spam, ad spam all the time.
Yeah.
And also these emails sent on, these messages sent on Instagram, they don't stop like sending these messages. It's so annoying.
You mean the people advertising something?
Yeah, they advertise their, I don't know, their stuff, and they send emails one after one.
Yes, trying to convince the people to buy some stuff, right? Junk mails and spams and so on. You're right. What about? Is there anything you want to add about cons?
No, that's it.
Okay. What about the teenagers, or like sometimes like students in middle school, they want to have their social media accounts. Even like parents try to forbid this, but they use it secretly. What do you think about it?
I think it's a really dangerous topic, and it's really a deep one, a complicated one, because when you give your middle school child a phone, they will certainly gonna use the social media, and they were gonna browse. And some content, it's not restricted, or there's no restriction for it, so they can browse anything easily, and that's dangerous.
Exactly. So parents should have the control over it, right?
Yeah, parental control.
Parental control, exactly. Okay. So here we have bookmarks, subscribe this and that. I guess like we know these words. That's why I skipped this part. And let's talk about advertising. Do you think that advertising works? Because personally, I would say like maybe years ago, that would be more efficient. But when I say years, I mean decades actually. But for the current society, I don't really think it's of that effect. Like people see it subconsciously, they get affected, but it's like when you see 40 times, you are affected by 1%. So what do you think? Do you really believe that just people seeing adverts will be convinced to buy that item? Or because when you have a lot of ads about the same product, it helps it to build the branding, strong branding. So what do you think about it in general?
That will completely rely on the method that advertisers use. And they use the ordinary same method for making their ads. I think no one gonna be interested or attracted to their, I don't know, to the things they sell. But if they make a unique ad that is not spamming anyone's phone or not showing up everywhere, I think a decent ad that shows the information simply and honestly with no scams, I think that's what a good ad should be.
So if we have, let's say, good ads that can increase the sales, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So still they are in certain value or effect. Okay. I want you to describe the best ad using the phrases in section A, B, C. For example, innovative or unsurpassed or whatever, like these phrases, the one you find, let's say the one that you think will fit both perfectly well, you can pick that one. Section A, B, C, highlighted words, just to describe the best ad or to talk about the best ad.
Okay.
Maybe on social media, maybe on TV or radio.
Okay, sure. Innovative, original, and interesting. Okay, some ads need to be innovative, like original and interesting, because people gonna like it because it's attractive for people, and it should be unsurpassed. like there's no one other ad like it. It should be unique, and that will make or leave other ads standing, and it will leave other ads in the shade. Okay, and I think what ads they attract many people, the ads about discount. So I think ads with the rock bottom prices and bargain galore, I think that's the kind of ads that so many people get attracted to. And I think ads about
we use "and" a lot.
Yeah, and a lot, including
Besides, okay, including, very good.
Including luxury and comfort, like using pamper yourself ads with these words trigger people, because sometimes people have work and they're exhausted and they want to feel like they want some time for themselves. And when you see indulge yourself or pamper yourself on an ad, you just get really interested in it. And that's it, I think.
Okay, thank you. We use section A, B, and C. Now let's move to section D, E, and F. But before that, I want you to answer my question. If I say prices slashed, do I mean they decreased or increased?
They decreased.
Decreased, exactly, good. So now let's talk about the worst ad, but using phrases in section D, E, and F. Not all of them, but the one you consider fit.
Okay. The worst ad?
Worst, for example, you think like ad with these qualities will be the best ad, but the, let's say, unsuccessful ads. For example, sometimes they use weird phrases or colors don't match, or the idea, like you see them like having fun, this and that, but it's not related. For example, this is a car advertising, but the concept is not related to the car at all. Like this kind of things.
Okay, so I have to use the phrases, right?
Yes, for example, state of the art, proven. But for example, here it says in section E, stand out in the crowd, right? If the ad stands out in the crowd, it's a good ad because it's noticeable, everyone can remember. So now you use it in the negative form. For example, the ad that cannot be remembered, the one that doesn't stand out in the crowd, okay?
Okay, sure.
Depending on the meaning of the phrase, trying to fit it somehow.
Okay, some ads use false information about medical or health care, and they are not proven by any medical research. And some ads use what is it? State of the art. Use the very latest technology. Okay, some ads describe their project or something they sell as new and what is it? What was the word? A new technology, but it's not state of the art. And some ads give you, I'm sorry, including other ads that say that their compound is great, and other things like it could be with you for the long run, but they are not guaranteed to turn heads or be any interesting to anyone else. And what is it? Glossy and radiant.
Yeah.
When other ads they sell projects or products to people, they claim they're glossy and radiant when they actually aren't.
Okay, you can even give an example. For example, the ad about the shampoo type tries to prove that the glossy hair will be like the result will be glossy hair if they use the ad, but the fact is not so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can use an example like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
My purpose is not to talk about the ad. Like right now, I want you to use the phrases to be quite familiar with them, because, for example, if you use it like 2, 3, like in different questions, if you answer using glossy hair multiple times, it will be very natural for you to use it in your speech later on as well. That's the purpose here.
Yeah. Okay.
No more and. Ands are forbidden.
Okay, wait. Let me
Okay.
check again. Additionally, I bought a product from the beauty salon. They claimed that it will make my hair glossy and my skin radiant, but it didn't make any such as results as that.
So the result was not as expected.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And we continue with the next session, which is going to be about news gathering and delivering. Do you trust the news you receive on social media, on TV, radio, from different news channels? Or maybe like you trust the one you watch on TV, but the one you receive on social media you don't trust? Like which sources of news do you follow, and which one do you trust and which not?
Well, for me, if I see any news on social media, Facebook or Instagram, that these platforms, if I see any sudden news, I go to other sources. I search if the sources were, in contact with the other. It's right, like it's the other news. It's right. I think I believe it, but I make sure that I make some research about it.
Okay, so you receive the information, but whatever source it is, you don't trust immediately. You just continue searching. Once you become sure, then you trust the info, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which is the right way of doing things, actually. Okay, we have broadcast journalism, online journalism, print journalism, citizen journalism as types of journalism. Can you tell me each type?
Okay, so print journalism is newspaper and magazines. Broadcast journalism is like TV and radio. And online journalism is news websites. And citizen journalism is where ordinary citizens use social media to report or photograph news.
Exactly. Thank you. And what can you say about paparazzi?
I think paparazzi is more disapproving thing than being any positive, because many people get annoyed of them, and they stalk celebrities, including that they publish their details of life, like some things are private, and this is really negative.
Yes. So you don't support it at all, right?
Yeah, not at all.
Because personal life would be respected. Exactly. Okay. Monitoring, hunt for, like I guess you know these phrases. But if there's any other phrase you want to use, it's fine. You can make a sentence using that phrase. If not, we will move to the next section about delivering the news.
I think I'm good with all the phrases.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Let's talk about delivering the news. I want you again to make a paragraph. Just speak about the topic, but using the phrases here. I want to make it so that you can see all the words. Here you have rag, gossip press, deadline, etc., etc. So pick the ones you want to use. Take a second or a few seconds, and then you can start speaking about it.
Okay. So on the daily basis, we see a lot of rag news, like news that aren't professional, and it's not very high quality.
Yeah.
And the better press, I think it's a really disapproving kind of news, because it's not interesting to anyone unless some content is not appealing to anyone. So people call it gutter press. And journalists produce copy, which has to be ready. Okay, I think it's the process of making news, like when a journalist first makes or produce a copy, which has to be ready for a deadline. And I think it's a huge challenge for many journalists. That's what make a journalist successful, and the other is not. And before the newspaper goes to press, previous issues of paper work are known as paper copies. These are usually accessible in online. you can access that before it goes to press, before the newspaper publish it. And I think that an interesting newspaper, a newspaper that runs a story that is completely original, that is not a scam or a lie or wrongly made. Some newspaper do that.
Yeah.
In addition, that actually use tricky headlines and libel, in addition to false libels, and in addition, including that that's illegal, completely illegal. So they are gonna get punishment for that. And I think, in addition to some journalists that put their own gloss or spin on a story, that's really wrong and falsified, because a journalist's job is just writing what they heard or what they saw, because people need original material.
Exactly, the truth.
Not lies, and that's it.
Okay, thank you, Vipti. Now I'll ask you 3-4 questions using these phrases, and I want you to answer and use the phrases again. Do you think that the journalists have the right to put their own gloss on a story?
I don't think so. If it's not in a way that changes the story core, the story in itself, I think that's not harmful. But if they change the story or some events in it, I think that's really unnecessary.
Yes, I actually believe, like, again, it's just an opinion. You can have your own way of thinking, and I don't want to affect that. But personally, for example, here in Turkey, when you watch TV programs, TV shows, I mean, news programs on TV, you see that like the news presenters, they don't just present the information, they also comment, like they express their own thoughts, and that affects millions of people, the way they see the way they receive this information. So although they don't misconduct, like they don't give false information, they give the right information as it is, but since they comment, even the intonation, the tone you use, or the attitude you have towards the news you are delivering will affect the people. So in my personal opinion, like journalists must be 100% professional, like they should not express any of their thoughts unless they're asked to do so. So what about, this is the first question, and I guess we see eye to some extent. Do you think that gutter press should be kind of forbidden?
Yes, it should be, because I think it's for people, it's not useful for other people, because if people see it, they get interested in some topics that completely inappropriate. So it becomes more normal for people to watch this kind of press or news. So I think it should be forbidden.
Okay. And what about muckraking? Do you think it can make certain journalists really famous?
What is it?
Raking.
I think it's gonna make them famous, but not in the good way.
Yeah, so it's again better to avoid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And one last question will be about defamation of character. So what do you think about defamation of character in general?
Defamation of character, I think it's really a wrong thing, because it also falsifies the story, or make people get the story in a wrong way. And that's the opposite of what a journalist should do.
Exactly. So if we talk about for journalists putting their own gloss and the defamation of character, which one do you think is more serious?
I think the defamation of a character, that's more serious.
Exactly, because here in when they put their own glass, they just add something, but when it goes to defamation of the character, it's totally untrue story. Right. Okay, sweetie. Thank you. And let's continue with healthcare and healthcare system. If you want, we can have a break. After the break, we can continue with this. If you feel tired or not, we can continue with healthcare and then we can have a break as you wish.
Sure, we can have healthcare.
Yeah, okay. So here we have section A about healthcare professionals. So you have the phrases. You can pick the ones you want to use and talk about healthcare professionals. Then when we talk about healthcare systems, I will ask some questions as well.
Okay, sure. So, my parents, not my parents, my dad and my older brother, they both have a chronic condition, and they have to monthly visit a doctor or a locum. No, it's not physicians.
Physicians?
Physicians, is it is?
Yeah.
Physicians, yeah. So they have to monthly visit physicians for checking their condition. And my niece, not my niece, my nephew gets a secondary care also because he has the same chronic condition. And about the other phrases, organ, I think, how can I use them?
For example, okay, let me ask you some questions. For example, in China, acupuncture is very, very famous, and some people in the East, even some Middle East countries, they really believe in the healing powers of acupuncture. What do you think?
I think it's really useful. I never tried it or never seen anyone had tried it before, but I think it's really useful because many people say it is.
Yes, actually, it's not famous in these countries, but in the East, yes, it is pretty famous, and people strongly believe that it helps them. I don't know how it works, honestly, but yeah, we hear the same from people. I can ask you about aromatherapy, for example. What do you think about it? There are many different types of therapy when they use art, for example, drawing, painting, coloring. Sometimes it's about making some stuff, sculptures and so on, or making mugs. Some people use music to heal the people, especially related to psychological diseases or, stress related. I don't want to say illness, but like stress related issues, right? So some people use different smells, images, and painting at the same time, like the combination of all. So what do you think? Do you think it really helps people to cure, to heal?
I think for an illness, it doesn't. But if something is hurting you physically or emotionally or mentally, I think, yeah, it's really useful because so many people do that and feel much better after that.
Yeah, I actually believe in that, but I don't think everyone can do this. I guess like there should be specialists who know how to implement this properly because honestly, I haven't experienced aromatherapy, but related to the music, when you use music for healing, I believe in that 100% because for me, actually, there's one specific kind of melody that helps me with physical pain. Whenever I feel physical pain, that stops it. Like not immediately, of course, but you need to listen, maybe for example, 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and then it just helps me to calm down. So that's why I believe in that. Okay, let's talk about healthcare system of this country, for example. What do you think about the healthcare system in Turkey? Do you think it's fine or it needs to be improved?
I think it's fine for itself, but I think for a country like Turkey, it should be better than that because the quality of healthcare in here is not that high comparing to other countries like European or European countries. It should be better than that.
Yeah, actually, but in like compared to most of countries, Turkey is really famous with doctors in the medical field. But
Yeah.
yeah, still it should be improved, as you said, right? Okay, here we have the word surgery clinic. I guess that they're pretty easy, you know them. Next one will be about feeling under the weather, illness, and we have some minor health problems here. Okay, I'll stop it here with 52. We can take a break, and during the break, you can do the listening test. And after that, we can continue checking the listening test and also continuing with the vocab.
Okay, sure.
Okay, all right. We can do it this way. If you want, I may not stop the session. I may wait for you to do the listening test. Or if you want, you can take a 5 minutes break and then join using the same link. And then do the listening test. And when you finish, you tell me like, Miss, we're finished, and we continue that way, okay?
Okay, sure. I can stay and just do the listening test right away.
Okay, all right. I will mute myself. Once you finish, just call me, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right. And whenever you need me, for example, maybe in the middle of the test, you need me to help you with something, just let me know, okay?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
All right, good luck. By the way, I believe I should stop sharing so that you can do the listening test, right? Or it's okay, you
Yeah.
can do. Should I stop sharing, or you can do it anyways?
Yeah, I can do it. It's
Yeah, okay. Okay, all right. Then I'll pause it this way.
Teacher,
Yes, sweetie.
reached number 24. So should I
Number
carry
24.
on, complete it all?
If you want, yes. If there is any difficulty, like we can see question number 24 together.
No, sure. I can carry on because I'm taking so much time.
It's okay. It's break time anyway, so you can finish it and we can continue with the with the questions and answers.
Okay, let me know when you want me to start, okay?
When you finish, just tell me.
Okay, thank you.
If it's 24, like you have maybe 15 more questions.
Okay.
You have either 40 or 42 questions.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, teacher.
Yes, sweetie.
Yes, I'm done.
Did you finish? Okay. I will share the answers now so that we can check. 1 second. It was test number 3, right?
Yeah.
Cambridge 1. I guess actually in the link we have the answers. At the end of the link.
We have them at the end?
I guess so. Yes, yes. I will share the screen now. Or wait.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yes, you can check there, and then we can 1 second, we can see the mistakes. Yes, the answers are there.
Yeah. I have a mistake for 11.
11, okay. Oh, then wait, I will stop sharing this vocab. I will share the link. Okay. Where is this? So that we can see the question together. Okay. Okay. Yes, can we see the screen now?
I can't see the video, but I have it on my laptop now. I can see.
Yeah, but what about Zoom? Can you see the video on Zoom now?
No.
No?
Yeah, but it's okay. I have it on my laptop. I can see.
That's interesting because for me it shows like screen is shared.
The screen, like where the video is showing, it's completely black. I think there's a restriction or something like that for Zoom.
Maybe. Okay, or maybe because of YouTube or something. Because I'm not using my own profile, I'm using the school profile.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the one Mr. Hamza gave me. So maybe because of that they have some arrangement or something. Okay, then there is an ad. I'm waiting for that to pass. Okay, this is question number 11. So you can read from your screen. I'll read from my screen. 11 says, yeah, cashier's office opens at what time? This one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so which one have you picked?
I picked C.
C, 2:15. Okay, let's listen then to see what they're saying.
M-O-R-E. So it's 8:30 now, and they close at 12:15 for lunch. But they open again at 2:15 until 4:30.
Oh no, I picked B, not C. So the right one was C.
You wrote B, but the right one is C.
Yeah, isn't it?
Okay, but what did they say? I couldn't hear. Can you just replay that part again?
They're not open till 2:15.
Yeah.
When you get your sticker,
You said quarter
Is that
past.
yeah, quarter like 15, like 1/4. Since in 1 hour we have 60 minutes, a quarter will be 15.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 15. But the quarter does not always mean 15. When it's about time, it means 15. Quarter will be like 1/4. If it's 100, quarter will be 25. If it's 60, quarter will be 15.
Yeah.
And another one?
Okay, just checking for the answers.
Okay.
For 18.
18. Okay, let me come to question 18.
I didn't hear that one clearly, so I wrote it mistakenly.
Again?
I didn't hear it clearly when she was speaking, so I wrote a mistake. I had a
Is
mistake.
it a spelling mistake or something else?
No, another word.
Another word. Okay, let's listen then. How often are the tours of the vampire? Let's play that question again, number 18.
All right. Now, if you look out this window, you should be able to see where the museum's ships are docked. If you want to go on a tour of the old ship, the Vampire, because there are lots of stairs to climb. Right. Now, let's move on. Oh, I almost forgot to give you the times for that tour. Now, tours of the Vampire run on the hour, every hour, all right?
Yeah, it was clear now.
Okay.
So she said for 17 stairs to climb, lots of stairs, and 18 every hour. I got these two mixed.
You mixed the first and second, okay?
Yeah, with the other one.
But it's good that you didn't pose when you were doing the test. It was like a real test, like you were testing yourself.
Yeah,
Because sometimes students pose when they do it. Yeah, it's good, I mean, because only then you can see the real result and you can improve it.
Yeah, that's true. 19, 21. For this section, it's all right for me. Section 3, 24. B, C, D. I have 27, a mistake. We picked C.
27. Okay, let me see that question. Let me see here. Okay, 27 says the AL-WATIN
Companies want to
increase profits, benefits the passenger, sell cheap seats, and improve the service. Let's listen.
Half a minute to check your answer. To hear many of the big hotel rooms come from their home computer, so the prices can be changed at a moment's notice. So you mean 10 minutes? To allow the companies to do this. You see, in the to market a seat as a perishable product with different values at different stages of its life. Well, like mangoes or apples at the market. Yeah.
Did you understand, honey? Because I couldn't actually.
Yeah, I did understand. It wasn't about the cheap seat. It was about the service.
Okay, you chose cheap seats, right?
Yeah, it was C, but it was actually A.
Oh, I'm actually trying to hear what it says there. I mean, like using your app, but it's a bit hard for me because here it's a bit noisy and that one is, so it's like a little bit confusing. If you understood, it's fine. If not, we can listen again.
No, I did understand. It's okay.
Yeah, okay, all right.
For this section, no more mistakes. For section 4, 33, displayed. No more mistakes for me. That's it.
Very good. So out of 42 questions, you had only 2 mistakes, right?
I think, yeah, 2 or 3 mistakes.
Okay, that's amazing. It's like almost 40. If you prepare for the exam, for IELTS exam, you can get like the maximum score for listening. Very good.
Thank you.
Adorable. You can practice more. If you want at home, continue with this test. For example, from book 1, we have done test 1, 2, 3. Test 4, you can do as homework. Just write on YouTube, Cambridge 1, test 4. Or if you want, I can send you the link and you can do that.
We can do it next session.
Yeah, for our next lesson, yes. If you want, you can do it as homework if you have time. Or we can do it like this during the class as well. I'm trying to open the work tab again. Okay, yes. One more thing, I guess we had one lesson we didn't have because of the holiday, and one more lesson, God knows for what. So I wanted to ask if it's okay, we can have the session this week on Saturday instead.
Yeah, for me, it's okay. I don't have a problem.
Okay. All right. So this week, then I will send the message in the group for the other students as well. So on Saturday, maybe at 2 at the same time, but on Saturday we can have the session, inshallah.
inshallah.
Okay. And now I will share the vocab. Wait, too much. 42. It was 50 something, right? 52, I guess. Yeah. Okay. We talked about healthcare. Yeah, feeling under the weather. How do you think if someone feels under the weather, does that mean the person is happy or feels gloomy or depressed?
Yeah, feeling depressed or feeling sad.
Exactly. Okay, we have here phrases for feeling unwell. You can talk about a person you know who doesn't feel good, or let's say at the time did not feel good. And you can use the phrases, for example, feeling poorly for a while, under the weather, out of sorts, of color, and so on to describe his situation.
Okay, sure. So I'll talk about my friend. My friend recently have been off color, including that she was out of sorts because she was suffering from some problems. I noticed that she have been under the weather for a while now, including that she have been feeling poorly. My little sister have been fighting off a cold for last week, and my little brother had gone down with a flu. Me, myself, last week, I have come down with a dreadful cold. And my mother have been suffering from lower back ache for a month right now. And that's it.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. And about minor health problems, we have phrases here: ache and pain, shivery, dizzy. Okay, you can describe like using 2 or 3 of these phrases, maybe cuts and bruises as well. And then we will talk about getting better. Or if you want mix B and C, you can use like, for example, first I felt sad, like depressed, this and that. I didn't feel good because I had minor health problems. And then you can say like you felt better using phrases like recovering from, on the mend, and so on.
Okay. Let's use aches and pains. So I have been feeling fine apart from the aches and pains and cuts and bruises.
You can say, for example,
yeah.
I fell and then I had some cuts and bruises on my, I don't know, leg or arms.
Okay, let's say I had an accident, but it wasn't severe except for some cuts and bruises.
Okay.
Stinging, I have feeling that I've been my hand have been stinging for a while now, and throbbing. I feel that my head is throbbing lately. I have a stiff neck from working late at night. My little brother has twisted his ankle. I'm sorry. I've been feeling dizzy during my what do you say it? Ship travel. My travel on the ship or something. My nephew is a bit feverish lately.
Okay.
Okay, and shivery and hot and cold, and I've been feeling shivery. I think I'm catching a cold. Okay, sleepless nights. I've been having a sleepless nights because I've been thinking about my upcoming exam. I've been feeling nauseous because I don't know because of what I've been feeling sick maybe.
Nauseous?
Yeah, trembling.
It was cold, for example.
Yeah, shaking. It was chilly, so my little brother was trembling. My nose is bunged up because today was too cold.
Okay. Nice. and use one of the phrases for getting better.
See, okay. My mother has been recovering from her operation from last month. Okay, on the mend, getting better. On the mend, it's, I think, for not severe illness, right?
On the mend, it's like the procedure is still going on. For example, someone had the surgery, was in the hospital, but now he is on the mend, like he is in the recovering process.
It's more like recovering.
Okay, I guess we are done with this one because get over the worst will be back on her feet, like they are clear, like will be fully covered. Here we have the medical language. Okay, let me ask some of the phrases with metaphors. Fever. Okay, if we say election fever, what do we mean?
Election season?
Election fever. For example, there will be election in 2023, so we have the election fever.
Yeah, we mean that it's gonna be a really intense and hectic, like everyone gonna be, talking about, I think.
Yeah, like people are excited, they are waiting for it, so they're talking about it. Okay, if someone has the finger on the pulse, it means
that they know exactly the thing or something.
Yeah, they know how it changes, they know how it works. For example, the journalist presenting the news has the finger on the pulse of the public, like the journalist knows, understands how the people think and how it will change their way of thinking and so on. Okay, symptoms, diagnose, prognosis, they are clear, I guess. Diet, sport, and fitness. Let me ask you words here as well. In general, do you like people having a diet to be followed and doing sports all the time? Like there are some people, whenever you ask, they're on a diet. Or do you think diet is a kind of lifestyle? So people, it's not like 1 month you don't eat anything, you lose weight, and next month you again gain weight back, or it should be like lifestyle, every day is the same.
I think that it's an option for other people as long as it doesn't affect me. I don't mind being around people that have lifestyle such as what you said, like diet and sports and stuff. I think for me, I like seeing progress like that. But if they quit or something, it's nothing I can do about it. It's their option. I don't get annoyed by it.
Oh, so it's up to people to decide if they want or not. Okay. Do you think brisk walking can help to lose weight?
What is the game?
Brisk walking can help to lose weight.
Yeah, and it's really healthy. Good for your
So that's
heart,
better.
for cholesterol. Yeah.
Okay. And insulin, diabetics, cardiovascular, and so on. Okay. When I say politicians often skate around the subject, do I mean they talk about the topic exactly, or they just beat around the bush?
Yeah, they do beat around the bush.
Exactly. And that's what happens usually. Okay. The two main parties in the election are still neck and neck in the opinion polls, which means
I'm sorry, your voice was lagging. I couldn't hear.
two main parties in the election are still neck and neck in opinion polls.
They are
What does that
equally.
mean? Neck and neck.
They are equal to each other.
Exactly,
So
they're equal.
it's really intense.
Yeah. If I say Joan is very young to be in the running for such a position, do I mean he can take this position because he's, let's say, smart? Or do I mean he cannot take the position because it's a serious job?
Yeah, it's a really serious job to be considered by a young man.
Okay. And I scored an own goal means
you know, like I did something that I expected that will have good results, but it didn't.
exactly. So we made the situation even worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Industries, manufacturing, and service. I guess till this part, right? We covered.
Let me check.
5. Let me see.
Yeah. We said it's gonna be for 58, I suppose.
Okay, excuse me. Yes, so 54, 55 is technology, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop it with technology for today, and we can continue with technology and basic concepts. I'm just thinking if we can take all of the basic concepts, or because it's going to be on Saturday. So let's see. If you can do all, let's do technology and basic concepts till 71. If we can't do, then we can take till 67, cause and effect. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, see, if you have time, try to finish till 71. But it's just one day, that's why I'm not sure. But if you see you cannot continue till the end, go till cause and effect, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right. So we will have the article and documentary, one listening test. Let me send the test now before I forget. Cambridge 1, test 4. Okay. We will do it as the homework if we have time. If not, it's okay. We can do it as classwork as well. Okay, I sent this. So till 71, if possible. If not, 67 for vocabulary.
Okay, inshallah.
And documentary and article as usual. Okay. And I will text in the group now saying that the session will be on a Saturday if it's okay for everyone. All right, sweetie. And if you have any questions during the week or during this period till our next lesson, just let me know, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, sweetie. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.